8.1b, let's start off with some quick review. Corresponding means matching. When something corresponds, it kind of matches to something else, just like in parallel lines or angles. And a ratio is a fraction. Okay, another vocabulary. A similar polygon are two polygons whose corresponding angles are congruent. The angles are congruent and whose sides are proportional. They don't have to be congruent. The sides are proportional. That means they have to have the same ratio. And the symbol for similar is like this. That is your symbol for similar. And while it's corresponding angles here, remember they are congruent. The sides, once again, are proportional. So let's show you what that means. If I had two triangles and they have the same angles, meaning these angles are the same, but notice the sides are different. These are considered similar. So this is ABC and this is XYZ. We can say that ABC is similar to XYZ. I'll say that in a similarity statement. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle XYZ. Our corresponding angles here, remember, look at angle A has to be congruent to angle X. Angle B has to be congruent to angle Y. And angle C has to be congruent to angle Z. The corresponding sides are proportional. So the corresponding sides in this case is that I'm going to start with ABC first because I named that first. So AB, that's going to be my numerator since I named it first. And it really doesn't matter what goes first or second. It's just whatever I name first is going to be my numerator. And I named ABC. So AB, that's AB is to XY is equal. So all of my sides are proportional. So in this case, AB proportional to XY is equal to BC over YZ is equal to AC over XZ. The proportions are always equal to one another. The scale factor is the ratio of the lengths of the two similar proportions, and most of the time, so it's either whatever's going to be first, whatever you name first is going to come after, be on top, and whatever you name second is going to be in the numerator. And it's always going to be a fraction. So let's find the scale factor here. Look, they name RST. That is first, so that's going to be my numerator, to XYZ. And I know that is going to be in my denominator. To do this, I'm going to pick one side and I'm going to use the proportion to its corresponding side. So its corresponding side is here. So my proportion, my ratio, my scale factor is going to be 25 over 15. And you can pick any side and it will work. Any corresponding sides, it will be the exact same scale factor. I'm going to simplify this. 25 over 15, I can divide by 5. This gives me 5 over 3, so my scale factor is 5 over 3. B, list all the pairs of congruent angles. I know that angle T should be congruent to angle Z. Angle R should be congruent to angle X. And angle S should be congruent to angle Y. And if you're wondering, like, what if I can't tell in terms of the picture? I can always look at how they are listed as if they're labeled already. R is the first letter, needs to match up with X. R is equal to X. S is the second letter, needs to match up with Y. S is congruent to Y. T is the last letter, must match up with Z, the last letter. So angle T and angle Z are congruent. C, write the ratios of the corresponding side lengths in the statement of proportionality. So whatever we name first, this will be first, and this will be second. So here, TR over ZX, so that's those two corresponding sides must equal TS over ZY, must also be equal RS over XY. Okay, let's try this out again. A, find the scale factor of angle JKL, this is J, JKL to PQR. So we said JKL, so this is first. This is going to be our numerator. I'm going to pick two sides that are corresponding to each other, these two. So 6 over 9, going to divide both by 3. This gives me a 2 over 3. My scale factor is 2 over 3. List the pair of congruent angles. Well, we know that angle J must be congruent to angle P. Angle K must be congruent to angle Q. And angle L must be congruent to angle R. Write the ratios of corresponding side lengths in a statement of proportionality. So I'm going to start with JK, because that's my numerator, over PQ must be congruent or equal to KL over QR must also be equal to JL over PR. Let's continue trying this out some more. Are the polygons similar? If so, write a similarity statement to find the scale factor from B to A. I notice all the angles are congruent to each other. So yes, they have to be similar because all the angles are congruent. And let's check the corresponding sides to see if they are proportional. If all the angles are congruent, I can already say yes, this is similar. But if I only have some of the angles and I don't have all, I can't say yes. But if I have the angles and the sides proportional, then yes, they should be congruent. I know that angle Y must equal angle E in this case. Angle X is congruent to angle D, and angle Z is congruent to angle F. Let's check the proportionality. So let's do 6 over 9. 6 over 9. This reduces to divide by 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. This gives me 2/3. Okay, let's do 8, 12. 8 over 12, I divided by 4. Divide by 4, this gives me 2/3. And 12, 18. 12, 18, divide by 6 gives me 2/3. They are all proportional. Yes, all the sides are proportional and all the angles are proportional. Similarity statement, I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and X matches with D. So similar to D, E, F. Have to write the similarity statement. The scale factor in this case is 2/3. Okay, let's look at number 2. Are the polygons similar? Well, I know all the angles are similar. They are all congruent, but I have to check the sides, right? All the angles are definitely similar, but if the sides are not proportional, we don't know that for sure yet. So let's check the sides. All the angles are 90 degrees. They're all 90 degrees. Let's check the similarity statement. So let's see if they are proportional. Let's do 9 and 6. So 9 over 6 divide by 3. This gives me 3 halves. And 12 and 10. 12 and 10 divide by 2. This gives me 6/5. 6/5 and 3 halves are not the same. They are not proportional, so they are not similar at all in this case. So we cannot do a similarity statement because the sides have to all be proportional.